The first step for screening and evaluating vapor intrusion is prioritizing buildings and selecting the sampling approach. In response to public comment, the final draft supplemental vapor intrusion guidance was revised to add language to justify the 100-foot inclusion zone and language allowing a reduced separation distance for non-underground storage tank petroleum releases. When acute or short-term exposures may result in adverse health effects, the need for immediate action and expedited turnaround times for laboratory analyses should be evaluated. If subsurface vapor-forming chemical contamination is suspected at locations near or adjacent to existing buildings, planning for public outreach should begin immediately. Public participation specialists should be involved when considering indoor air sampling. Preliminary conceptual site model should be developed to facilitate building prioritization. Buildings should be prioritized based on their proximity to the greatest subsurface contaminant concentrations, whether in the vadose or in the groundwater plume. The closer a building is to subsurface contamination, the greater the potential for vapor intrusion. Buildings within 100 feet of the release area and those overlying contaminated groundwater with high vapor-forming chemical concentrations should be prioritized. Buildings potentially connected to vapor-forming chemicals in the subsurface through vapor conduits such as sewer lines, drains, or other pipes should be prioritized. Buildings that are currently occupied should also be given priority for vapor intrusion evaluation. In some situations, existing lines of evidence can be used to determine if soil gas sampling will be useful for screening or if it is more appropriate to go directly to indoor air sampling. Some examples of situations that warrant proceeding to indoor air sampling include a known or suspected release area directly below a building, buildings near a significantly contaminated groundwater plume, sites with groundwater shallower than 5 feet beneath a building, and buildings connected to vapor conduits that intersect significant levels of contamination.